And the former leaders of the 9/11 Commission, that would be Republican governor of New Jersey at the time, Governor Thomas Keane, and then former Democratic Congressman Lee Hamilton, they're very clear. They say we need to do more to prevent the growth of Islamist terrorism. Dr. Hall, we've talked many times on this show about how if you don't trample an ideology, if you don't dismantle an ideology, then you can destroy a unit or a particular terror group as many times as you want, but that ideology will sprout up in another such group. We saw that. It happened with Al-Qaeda. We destroyed Al-Qaeda, and it came back as ISIS. We've seen that with ISIS, different roots, offshoots of ISIS sprouting up. What do we need to do to prevent this? In the years since 9/11, we have had, in 2017, I should say, there were over 10,000 terror attacks around the world. That's 5 times more in the space of 1 year than we saw at 9/11. It's not stopping.
No, it's not stopping, Liz. In fact, the year of 2001, which contained the 9/11 attacks, had a total of somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 lives lost to terror strikes worldwide. In 2014, that number was 35,000. So it was, under President Obama, increasing geometrically. The number of just the body count was increasing geometrically. I believe that spike is now receding because we now have a president who is explicitly calling out radical Islamic terrorism, and I think that he is confronting the global jihad movement in a way that President Obama did not. I think that that's great. But Liz, the problem is that within days of the 9/11 attacks, President Bush, who did his best at a terrible time, stood on a stage and said Islam is peace. And behind him, over one shoulder, was Abdul Rahman al-Amoudi, a man who was a top advisor to Clinton and to Bush, who turned out to be an Al-Qaeda financier. So he was paying the people who flew planes into the buildings. Over his other shoulder was the head of the Council on American Islamic Relations, CARE, which has open ties to Hamas, the terrorist organization. The truth is, Islam does not mean peace. It means submission. It means submission to Allah, to Sharia law. That is what we need to fight. We need to fight Sharia supremacism, whether it happens to be using terrorism or whether it is using our own legal system against us. That is what we need to fight, and we need to fight it worldwide, but we also need to fight it within our borders, and until we do that, we will not win this war.
Right.